Hello, English speakers, and welcome to another fluency practice session. Today, we are going to shadow a beautiful story called East of the Sun and West of the Moon. This tale is full of adventure, courage, and love, and it will not only capture your imagination, but also help you improve your English naturally. As Albert Einstein once said, "Learning is experience. Everything else is just information." This reminds us that by practicing aloud, by listening and repeating, we are turning knowledge into real experience. And that is how fluency is built. In this session, you will listen, repeat, and follow along with the story. Shadowing in this way will strengthen your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence. And at the end, I will also explain some of the difficult sentences and phrases in simple English, so the practice becomes even more effective for you. So, let us begin this journey together. Once upon a time, in a small wooden cottage at the edge of a forest, there lived a poor farmer and his many children. Among them was his youngest daughter, a girl so kind and beautiful that people often said the sun seemed to shine brighter when she smiled. Life was not easy for the family, but they lived with what little they had, sharing their bread, their warmth, and their love. One winter evening, when the snow lay thick on the ground and the wind howled around the cottage, there came a loud knock at the door. The farmer opened it, and to everyone's astonishment, there stood a great white bear, his fur shining like fresh snow, and his breath like a cloud in the frosty air. The bear looked at the farmer with deep, gentle eyes, and spoke in a voice that was calm yet powerful. "Give me your youngest daughter, and I will make you rich. Your house will never lack food or firewood, and your family will want for nothing." The farmer and his wife were frightened, but the bear promised no harm would come to the girl. They asked their daughter what she thought. Though afraid, she also felt a strange trust toward the great bear. After a moment, she said quietly, "I will go." So the next morning, the white bear carried her away on his broad back. He ran swiftly over mountains, through dark forests, and across frozen rivers, until they reached a grand castle, glittering with lights and filled with more riches than she had ever imagined. The girl was given fine clothes and a warm room, and she was treated with kindness. But every night, when darkness fell, a man came silently to her room. She could not see his face, for the chamber was always in darkness. He lay beside her and spoke gently, yet when morning came, he was gone before the first light of dawn. The girl wondered who he was, but she was afraid to ask. Time passed, and though she lived in comfort, she grew lonely for her family. At last, the white bear agreed to take her home for a short visit. He warned her kindly, "When you are there, do not listen to the advice of your mother. It may bring misfortune to us both." The girl promised, but when she returned home, her mother grew curious and worried. "You live in a castle, but do you truly know who you share it with? Perhaps it is a troll or a monster. You must see him with your own eyes." The daughter resisted at first, remembering the bear's warning. Yet at last, she gave in. Her mother gave her a candle hidden in a horn so that its light could be covered when not needed. That night, after the man came to her bed and fell asleep, she lit the candle. In the soft glow, she saw not a beast, but a handsome prince, his face calm and gentle in sleep. She leaned closer in wonder, but a drop of hot wax fell from the candle onto his shoulder. The prince awoke instantly, and sorrow filled his eyes. "What have you done?" he cried. "If you had only trusted me for 1 year, I would have been free. But now I must go, for I am bound by enchantment. I must travel east of the sun and west of the moon, where I am forced to marry a troll princess with a nose 3 yards long." With those words, he vanished, and the girl was left weeping in despair. Yet her heart was brave and determined. "I will not lose him," she said. "I will find him, even if I must travel to the ends of the earth." She put on sturdy shoes and began her journey. She walked far, through forests and mountains, across rivers and valleys, asking everyone she met if they knew the way to east of the sun and west of the moon. None could tell her, but they offered her kindness, food, and sometimes a gift. One day, she came to an old woman who gave her a golden apple. "This may help you when all else fails," the woman said. Then the girl went on and found another woman, even older, who gave her a golden comb. A third gave her a golden spinning wheel. Each told her, "Perhaps the east wind knows the way." So she found the east wind, blowing fiercely through the sky. "I do not know the way," he said, "but go ask my brother, the west wind." The west wind was gentler, but he too did not know. "Go to my brother, the south wind," he advised. The south wind blew warm and strong, but he shook his head. "Only the north wind may know, for he is the strongest and has traveled farthest." At last, the girl reached the north wind, wild and powerful. He laughed when he heard her question. "Yes, I know where it is, but it is far, very far, beyond the edge of the world. Still, if you are brave, I will take you there on my back." The girl climbed onto his shoulders, and the north wind carried her high above the earth. They flew over mountains and seas, through storms and clouds, until at last they reached a distant land. There stood a great castle where the troll princess lived. The girl entered carrying her golden gifts. She learned that the troll princess wished to marry the prince, but could not break his sorrow. The girl offered the golden apple, the comb, and the spinning wheel in exchange for 3 nights with the prince. On the first night, she entered his chamber, but he lay in a heavy sleep, enchanted by the trolls, and did not wake. On the second night, it was the same, but on the third night, her tears fell onto his face, and her voice broke through the spell. The prince awoke and looked at her with joy. "You have saved me," he said. "Your courage and love have broken the troll's power." Together, they fled the castle as the north wind carried them away. When the troll princess awoke, her anger was so great that she burst apart into pieces, and her castle crumbled into dust. The prince and the girl returned to his own kingdom, where they were married with great celebration. They ruled wisely and kindly, and they never forgot the long, hard journey that brought them together. And so the tale teaches us that courage, love, and trust can overcome even the darkest enchantments. Now I am going to tell you some sentences used in the About story. Try to use them in daily conversation. Once upon a time. This is a traditional way to begin fairy tales, meaning long ago. At the edge of a forest. This stands for a location right on the border of the forest. The sun seemed to shine brighter when she smiled. This is a poetic way to say her smile brought joy to others. Life was not easy. This is a way to express that living conditions were difficult. Knock at the door. This stands for someone coming and asking for entry. To everyone's astonishment, this is said to mean that everyone was extremely surprised. Fur shining like fresh snow. This phrase compares the bear's fur to pure white snow. Breath like a cloud in the frosty air. This expresses how his breath was visible in the cold. Gentle eyes. This is used to say someone's eyes look kind and soft. I will make you rich. This is a promise to give great weal. Want for nothing. This is an old phrase meaning to have everything you need. She felt a strange trust. This is a way to express an unexpected sense of safety. Carried her away on his broad back. This stands for taking her with him while she rode on his back. Glittering with lights. This is used to say something was shining beautifully. Treated with kindness. This means people behaved gently and respectfully toward her. Every night when darkness fell. This is a way to describe the time after sunset. The chamber was always in darkness. This is used to say the room had no light. Gone before the first light of dawn. This means he disappeared before sunrise. Lonely for her family. This stands for missing her family deeply. Do not listen to the advice of your mother. This phrase means ignore her suggestions. Bring misfortune. This is said to mean cause bad luck. Grew curious and worried. This is used to express rising. Perhaps it is a troll or a monster. This stands for suspicion or fear of danger. You must see him with your own eyes. This phrase means to confirm something personally. Resisted at first. This is said to mean she tried not to obey. At last, she gave in. This stands for surrendering to pressure. Leaned closer in wonder. This is a way to describe looking more carefully with amazement. Sorrow filled his eyes. This means he looked very sad. Bound by enchantment. This stands for being trapped by magic. Forced to marry a troll princess. This is used to say he had no choice but to wed her. Weeping in despair. This stands for crying in hopelessness. Travel to the ends of the earth. This phrase means to go anywhere, no matter how far. Her heart was brave and determined. This is said to mean she had strong courage. Sturdy shoes. This stands for strong footwear for long travel. Offered her kindness. This phrase means people treated her well. Perhaps the east wind knows the way. This is a way to say someone else may have the answer. Blew fiercely. This phrase describes strong and forceful wind. Go ask my brother. This is used to suggest asking another source. Warm and strong. This stands for describing the south wind's nature. Wild and powerful. This phrase is used to describe the strength of the north wind. Beyond the edge of the world. This stands for a very far and unreachable place. Climbed onto his shoulders. This is a way to say she rode on his back. Through storms and clouds. This stands for difficult and dangerous conditions. Golden apple. This is used to represent a magical gift. Exchange for 3 nights. This phrase means to trade something for time. Heavy sleep, enchanted. This stands for magical sleep that is hard to wake from. Her tears fell onto his face. This is a way to broken the troll's power. This means to destroy their control. Burst apart into pieces. This is said to mean something exploded or was destroyed. Ruled wisely and kindly. This stands for governing with fairness and compassion. I hope that shadowing this story has supported your English learning and made your practice both enjoyable and effective. If you would like to suggest the next story for our shadowing practice, or if you wish to explain any sentence from today's story in your own words, please feel free to share your thoughts. Your participation is truly valuable and helps make this learning journey richer for everyone. Until we meet again, continue practicing with dedication. And remember, every small step in learning brings you closer to fluency. I wish you continued success and growth. Goodbye for now.